All right. We have worksheet 15D. Still solving linear equations by elimination. I'm still a little junky, so forgive me for my scratchy voice. The first thing we have for problems 1 through 3, we have 2 problems. It says to sketch and estimate the solution. So the first thing we're going to do is convert these into slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. So we've got 3y plus 2x equals 12. We're going to move our 2x over to get 3y equals negative 2x plus 12. We don't have a lot of room to write here, so I'm squeezing it all in. Now we divide everything by 3 to get y by itself. Y equals negative 2/3 x plus, and 12 divided by 3 is 4. So there's our first problem. The next one is 4y minus x equals 5. Move our x over, 4y equals x plus 5. Divide everything by 4 to make y by itself. Y equals 1/4 x plus 5/4. And here's our 2 lines. Now we sketch them. We start with this one. Our y-intercept is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's our 4. Our slope is negative 2/3. Rise negative 2. 1, 2. Run 3. 1, 2, 3. Rise negative 2. Run 1, 2, 3. And that puts our line A right there. I'm going to label it line A. I'm going to call these lines A and B because we're going to have to sketch these over here too. We need to keep them separate. Second line, our y-intercept is 5/4. That's 1 1/4. 1 1/4. So our first intercept dot is right there. Then we're going to rise 1, run 4. Rise 1, run 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can already see where it's going to intercept. I'm going to go backwards. Rise 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then make our line nice and pretty. There. My bookmark. That's going to be line B. And you can see where our lines intersect right here. That's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So it's 3, 2 is our estimated solution. Using the elimination method, we're going to find y. So we're going to put our 2 problems down here so we can see what's going on. 3y plus 2x equals 12. Bring the other one down. 4y minus x equals 5. And then the easiest variable to eliminate is going to be x. We can do least commons and make y work, but it's just easier to multiply everything by 2 to make x eliminate. So top problem remains the same, 3y plus 2x equals 12. Bottom problem changes. 2 times 4y is 8y. 2 times negative x is negative 2x. 2 times 5 is 10. Then we're going to 3y plus 8y is 11y. Positive 2x and negative 2x, that's 0. 11y equals 12 and 10 is 22. So that means y equals, divide 11 out to make y by itself. 22 divided by 11 is 2. So y equals 2, and we've got that part right. Using the solution to number 2, find x. Let's use either one. We'll use the first one. We got our y. Y is 2. 3y plus 2x equals 12. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 plus 2x equals 12. Subtract our 6 from both sides. 2x equals 6. Divide our 2 out. X equals 3. And there's our 3. First section, done. Next section, same thing. We've got our 2 problems. We're going to convert these to slope-intercept form. Bring them down here. X plus y equals 4. We move our x over and we get y equals negative x plus 4. That one's done. Then we've got 2x plus y equals 6. Yes, love.
Can I go in there?
Yes. 2x plus y equals 6. We're going to move our 2x over. Y equals negative 2x plus 6. And that one's done. Now we sketch. Our first one here, our y-intercept, is at 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, look, it's right there. And then our slope is negative x. So that's rise negative 1, run 1. Rise negative 1, run 1. Makes our lines pretty tight together. And I'm going to call this one C, because this is going to be C and D. And then our next line here, our intercept is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right at the top here. And then we're going to rise negative 2 and run 1. Negative 2, 1. Negative 2, 1. And there's D. See, it made a mess. So we find where C and D intersect, and that's right there at 1, 2, 1, 2. So that's positive 2, 2. Using the elimination method, find x. Same thing. We're going to put x plus y equals 4, and 2x plus y equals 6. And we're going to, can multiply either one by negative 1. I'll do the top one. By negative 1, we will have negative x minus y equals negative 4. And then the bottom one remains the same, 2x plus y equals 6. We add those together. 2x minus x, x, and then positive y minus y, 0, say equals, negative 4 and 6, it's 2. There's our solution. X equals 2, x equals 2. Then we run either one of the solutions to find y. Let's do x plus y equals 4. X plus y equals 4. We know our x is 2. 2 plus y equals 4. And you can see this right just by doing it, but we can subtract 2 from either side. Y equals 2. And there's our second solution. Next, we're moving back to, excuse me, graphing inequality. So we've got our inequality here, and you see our and equal to sign. So we're going to rewrite this in slope-intercept form. We've got 5y is greater than or equal to 4x plus 10. So the only thing we really need to do is divide out our 5. So 5y divided by 5 is y. Greater than or equal to, it's not a negative, so we don't flip the sign. 4/5 x plus, and then 10 divided by 5 is 2. So graph the inequality. Our y-intercept is 2, 1, 2, right there. Our slope is rise 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, run 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rise 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, run 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we have an equal to here, so will our line be dotted or will our line be solid? It will be solid because of the equal to. Run that straight across. Greater than means we shade this part. And that is our graphed inequality. Boom. That's number 8. Will the point 2, 1 satisfy the inequality? Well, let's find out. X is 2, y is 1. Does that fit in our shaded area? No. Boom. Get that moved over. Make sure we're in the, yep, we're in the area. Find the slope of a line perpendicular to 1/2 x minus 3 through 1, 1. Easy enough. We will, this is find the slope. So to find the slope of a perpendicular line, we have to flip the fraction and make it the opposite. So if we flip it, we get a 2, 1, which is 2, and we have to make it a negative. So our slope is -2. Find the y-intercept for line 10. So our points are right here. We enter them here. Y is 1. Our slope is -2. X is -1 plus b. Y equals mx plus b. And this should be easy to figure out. -2 times -1 is 2. So that means y equals 2 plus b. Move our 2 over. Subtract it from both sides. B equals -1. Describe the line in 10 using slope-intercept form. We have all of our information up here. So slope-intercept is y equals mx plus b. Our y equals m, -2, x plus, our slope-intercept is -1. I said -1 as I wrote b, -1. There's our slope-intercept form. Then we write it again in standard form. We take our problem here, we move our 2x over by adding it to both sides. 2x plus y equals -1. Fill in the blanks. This should be old hat to you by now since we have done it over and over again. And if you haven't realized what they're doing, they're trying to get you to memorize this, because this becomes extremely helpful later if you remember what the squares of all these lower numbers are. So we have 1 squared, 2 squared, 3 squared, 4 squared, there's 5, 6 squared, 7 squared, 8 squared, 9 squared, 10 squared, 11 squared, 12 squared, 13 squared, 14 squared, 15 squared. 1 squared is 1, 2 squared, 4, 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, 9 times 9 is 81, 100, 121, 144, 169, 196, and 225. Use algebraic symbols to represent the following number equation. 3 times a number, 3 times a number, minus 4 times the number, plus 8 equals 3 times the number. Right? That's right. 3n minus 4n plus 8 equals 3n. That's right. And then we solve for the unknown, and this should be pretty easy by now. 3n minus 4n negative n plus 8 equals 3n. We can move our n to this side. 8 equals 4n. Divide the 4 off of both sides. N equals 2. Use the value of the unknown found in 15 to find the value of this expression. So we can rewrite it with our unknown being 2. So we've got 3, 2 squared minus, oops, let's put an x, minus 2 divided by 4 minus 3 is 1 equals, so 2 squared is 4, 4 times 3 is 12, minus 2 divided by 1, so negative 2 divided by 1, that's negative 2, so 12 minus 2, 10. Stop doing that. Go on.
Okay. Can I play my game?
You can play your game. I'm almost done here. 48% of 32. So we've got 48 100s. That's 48%. Times 32. Equals 15. Oops, I don't want to write that. We get that converted into a mixed number. 15 and 36 100s. You can multiply that out. 48 times 32 and then 100 times 1. You get 15, 36 and 100s, and you have to reduce that. Remember what I said about reducing. I don't care, but other people will. So that's going to be, divide that by 4, 9 25ths. $18. What fraction of 75 is 5? So, what fraction equals 5 over 75? So divide all of that by 5. What fraction is 1 over 15? $21.8 divided by 0.4. 4 goes into 21. Let's see. 50. 54.5. Yeah, 54.5. Sorry, I was working that out in my head. There you go. 0.4, 21.8. 4 goes into 21 5 times. 20, 18. 4 goes into 18 4 times, which gives us 16. That brings us to 2. They never give us enough room. I'll make that so I don't go over our other answer. 2, bring down the 8, and that goes in 7. That's fine. Sorry, I can't think. The video game is distracting me. 54 is in 5 times. We already brought down the 8. That's a 0. So 5 times. There we go. 54.5. Two sevenths divided by 1/2. 2 sevenths divided by 1/2. So we're going to multiply the reciprocal, which is 4 sevenths. Working from home is fun. So that is 15D. And I am hoping to see you guys Monday to have a fun-filled week of algebra before we go on our Christmas break.